Justin Senior here. Welcome to today's How to Sell Millions of Dollars of T-Shirts webinar training. And I've already selected my niche. Now I'm going to go forward and actually do the next step, which is all about platform and partners, right? This is where we're going to actually build our Shopify site. So I'm going to Shopify.com and we'll bring it up over here. And it's going to bring us into Shopify, and we're just going to literally go right into it again. We're going to come over here. We're going to click Get Started, and we're going to simply create our Shopify store. Okay, and the best part about this right now is basically in the background what's happening, and I'm just going to call this Pug Webinar Store today. And don't worry about this name. We're going to change this, get a logo. Okay, I'm creating the store, and this is what's really amazing about Shopify. Right now, our Shopify e-commerce store is being fully built out. Right, that means full e-commerce functionality in a matter of seconds. Right, success. Your store is ready to go. Now they're going to ask us for some basic information. It doesn't even matter what we're putting in here. Doesn't matter. Now they're going to ask for your information, right? Go ahead and put in your information. What's happening in the background? We're getting a full e-commerce store built, right? This would have literally taken months and months of a developer's time and probably about $10,000 out of your pocket to get this done just a couple of years ago. Now with Shopify, we literally have a fully functional e-commerce store. We're loading into it right now, right? We're just filling in the basic information that Shopify was asking for, and now we're into our store. And I'm going to actually load up our store. I'm not going to say that it's pretty. I'm not going to say that it looks good, but we have our own fully functional e-commerce store, and obviously we haven't even taken our credit card out of our pocket, right? We have an area for the logo, area for the navigation, a big background image with text, featured collection, featured products, obviously, right? Ability to add images and text, a nice big slideshow over here, footer search, and most importantly up top here, a fully functional shopping cart that out of the box already accepts Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, Apple Pay, and PayPal, right out of the box. Again, our credit card has not come out yet. We haven't spent a single dollar on this website. We haven't hired a developer. We haven't looked at any code, and we already have a fully functional e-commerce site, right? How amazing is that? Shopify is easily the best e-commerce platform out there, right? Definitely a great company. Now, I'll give you a couple of other reasons why Shopify is so great. First of all, again, you saw totally free to get started here. And if that wasn't enough, you're going to be able to come down over here into this section right here, enable live chat, and you're going to actually have live 24/7 chat support for free with Shopify Chat Gurus, right? And you're probably thinking, oh, chat support typically sucks. I promise you, Shopify chat support is actually great. They can even make custom changes to your site if you ask them over here in chat, right? They're available 24/7. Really, really, really huge asset for you because of these, there's basically live chat support built in. So if you're ever confused, if you don't know how to do something, if you can't find a setting or can't figure out how to customize something, you're just literally one click away from 24/7 live chat support. Okay. So now that we have our Shopify store, right, we want to go and actually customize our themes, right? We want to customize the look and feel of our website. Okay. And you're going to see right over here, the first thing that we need to do is customize your online store. So we're going to click Customize Theme. Okay. And this is going to bring us into the theme section. And I see a question about the chat support. Is there additional fee for chat support? Absolutely not. It's totally free. Totally free from Shopify, right? So we clicked on this homepage. I'm going to just show you again real quick. We clicked on this homepage button, Customize Theme, and it brought us to the online store section of our dashboard over here, right? This is our Shopify admin dashboard. And you see that we have the Debut theme installed. Okay, Debut, it's a nice theme, but I'm going to show you a better one that's going to work for print on demand a little bit easier. We're going to come up here to the theme store, this big blue button. Click this, and it's going to open us up into the Shopify theme store. First thing I want you to do is click free. Okay, now the reason why I want you to do a free theme is not because I want to save you money. Okay, there's two reasons. First of all, every single theme on this page has been built for mobile first. Okay, and you're going to find when you do Facebook ads, 85 to 90% of your traffic every single day is going to come from mobile. Okay, so if you don't have a mobile optimized website, you're in for a horrible time. Okay, make sure you have a mobile optimized website. Number two reason, these free themes, every single Shopify chat guru has to know everything there is to know about all of these free themes. So not only are you getting a free theme, not only are you getting a mobile optimized theme, you're also getting a theme that is going to be fully supported by live chat, right? By live chat here. And I clicked on the minimal theme. Actually, let me go back real quick. Show you a couple of the themes that I recommend, right? You have the Debut theme. It's nice, right? You could definitely use it. There's also the Brooklyn theme. I like that one a little bit better. And then the one I like the most is Minimal. Okay, Minimal over here. We can click into Minimal. And I'm going to click on Fashion as the style that we're going to use here. And you can see a little demo of it here. We can click here, Demo, and actually view this site. And I promise we're going to do a much better job at customizing this site than even Shopify does, right? We're going to create a site where when you land on this page, you know exactly what's going on. You know exactly if we're going to build a pug store, there's going to be everything, colors, logos, fonts, banner images, all about pugs. Right? And I think Shopify, in this case, all you see is a girl who fell off her bike in the woods, not exactly saying what the subject of the site is. I promise we're going to do a much better job, and we're going to do it in just a matter of minutes. So next thing we need to do is click Start with this theme, because we're going to go and install this theme onto our store. And it's basically asking us to log into our store over here. What we need to do is copy this little section up here. We're going to copy our store URL. And again, we're going to get a domain, a .com domain that's going to look a lot better than this, right? But don't worry about what it shows you right now. So coming over here, we're going to now paste in our URL and click Login. And what's going to happen is we're going to get sent back into our dashboard, and we're going to be able to publish the minimal theme as our store's new website. And you see literally it says downloading and installing your theme. This is how easy Shopify is, right? You want to change themes, you want to change setup, you want to change the look and feel of your entire site. Well, it just took about 10 seconds to do that, okay? So the minimal theme has been installed. We're going to go to the theme manager, and you see up here, it says minimal published. We now have the minimal theme open, right? Here was the debut theme. It's not active anymore, right? If you want to switch back, you can click publish theme. But now we're over here to minimal theme, and this is where we're going to get into actually customizing the look and feel of our website. We're going to click this button, customize theme, okay? And again, this is where we're going to see the power of Shopify. We're going to be able to customize every single option on this website, and we're never going to need to look at code. We're going to make all of our changes right inside this theme panel, okay? This is your theme panel. This allows you to make all the different changes to the site. For example, we're going to start with colors, okay? And you see, for example, we have this top bar background, this big black background on the top header area, right? It's black. We see over here, top bar background with this black color. Well, we want to do a pug niche, so we want to set a color scheme that makes sense with pug. So all we need to do is come over here and click into this, and as you see, I'm dragging my mouse around, and I'm actually changing the color of my store. But we're not just going to pick a random color. We're going to pick a color that makes sense with pugs, right? Because we want to build a store that immediately resonates with pug lovers. So let's come over here to Google, and I'm just going to literally type in the word pugs, and I'm going to go to Google Images. Right. What I want to basically see is, are there any colors that are very apparent for this niche? Because we want to be on point with our brand, right? If people who love pugs, if they've been interacting with websites and fan pages and blogs about pugs, and they see a color scheme that is very consistent, then we want to use that color scheme as well. And I think it's very obvious what it is here, right? Every single image here, we see black, we see beige or tan, and in some images we see grass, green grass outdoors, right? So beige, tan, black, brown, green, right? Those are the colors that make sense for this niche. So we're not going to reinvent the wheel here, guys. We're going to use those exact colors, right? This is not rocket science. None of this is rocket science. Getting your store started is literally, I think, very easy, right? You got to pick a color, right? You're going to pick a color scheme. Well, we're going to pick one that makes sense for our niche, okay? So we'll come back here to our store. We're going to go to this top bar background, and let's look for something in that beige, brown, kind of tan color range, right? And you see it's kind of changing up here. I can move my mouse around in here to kind of get different colors, and I want to get something maybe a little bit less kind of gold and more brown. Move it up here a little bit. There you go, right? And if we come back over here to pugs, right, we're trying to match this type of color or this type of color scheme, right? And we see a little bit of brown gold up here, and I think that looks great, right? This is going to be the basis of our color scheme for our store. And again, people who are into pugs are used to this color, right? They might not notice it when they come to the site, but subconsciously they're definitely going to say, hey, this site is clearly about pugs, right? Color scheme is right on point to what I've seen everywhere else. This is definitely a site that I can trust, right? And that's a huge factor, right? Their credit card is not coming out without the feeling of trust. And you see just how easy it is to build that trust, to build a custom looking site with Shopify. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to click in here and I'm going to grab this combination of letters and numbers. This is called a hex code, right? This is called the hex code, otherwise known as an HTML color representation for this shade of gold, right? What I'm going to do is copy this. And Christina says, I can't believe you're giving all these golden nuggets away for free. Christina, believe it. I just want everyone to be in this business, right? I'll tell you more about my coaching program and all that stuff as we go on to this through this training. But really, even if you just use this training and never interact with me again, I'd be happy about it, right? I mean, you'd be able to get into this great business model. You could potentially change your life with this business model. So more than happy to share this idea, this kind of theory, because this has really, no lie, this has changed my life, right? For obviously for the better. So I grabbed this little color code, right? This gold, brown, I'm just going to call it gold from now. and I copied it, and I'm going to use it everywhere else that I have a black background. For example, the footer background is black. I'm going to come over here, and I'm simply going to paste in that gold, right? And you see we're starting to develop a little bit of a color scheme, right? We have our footer background. We have our top bar background. The minimal theme also uses a lot of lines and borders. You see over here there's a little gray line. Let's change that. Let's integrate our gold in there as well, right? You see our gold kind of come in here. Once it gets changed, right? We have gold lines now. So we'll save that, okay? And we'll scroll down over here. We're looking for some other things. For example, button text, primary buttons and links. Right now you see it's red, right? It doesn't look so great on this gold background. Plus we also saw that there was a very definitive other color in terms of brown or black. There was also green, right? So we could change to any of those colors. I often like using a nice strong green for a button, for my buttons, especially green. Green means go. So for conversion, that's always a good idea to use a green or a blue button. So we're going to integrate green as our secondary color there. And we're just going to do some cleaning up here. You see that this text is a little bit hard to read because we changed this background color. Well, no problem. Top bar text, going to change it to white, right? We could change it to anything. We just want to make sure it looks good. We're going to go down here to the footer, right? Again, a little bit hard to read. Change this to white. Okay, you see the payment and social media icons down here. They're gray. We can change them to any color we want. We want to change them to red. You want to change them to green. But we're going to change them to white because that's going to look best. And we're going to save this site. Okay? Or, I'm sorry, we're going to save the colors here. And now I'm just going to show you, we're going to come back to this theme, and you're going to see that we have the minimal theme installed here, and we're starting to get a little bit of a color scheme implemented on our site, right? Right now we have our beige gold, we have our secondary green, and then we have white and black as kind of our main content area colors, okay? So we're on our way to customizing our site, right? So let's continue. Let's go to the next section, and this is typography, and this is going to be where we control all the fonts on our site. And if you thought that to change the fonts on your e-commerce store, you'd need to hire a developer or look at code, well, get that out of your head right now. You never need to look at code. You never need to hire a developer, right? You're going to be able to do all this. If you could change the fonts in Microsoft Word or in your email, right, then you could change the fonts on your website, right? And you can see the body text, headings, navigation, and buttons. We're going to change these all. I'm a big fan of this Avant-Garde font. So I'm going to change all the fonts to Avant-Garde. You're going to see all the fonts literally change in real time, right? This logo font change, collection font change, navigation, all the fonts change based on what we put in. You don't like Avant-Garde? Okay, no problem. Maybe you want to change it to something else. We could change it to Cabin, right? And you're going to see the font up here change to Cabin, okay? Best practice, normally you're going to use one font across the entire site. So I'm going to set all these to be Avant-Garde, and now we're done customizing our typography, okay? I'll come over here. I'll give a little reload on this screen, and you're going to see all the fonts have updated to the Avant-Garde font because that's what we set in the typography section. Okay, super easy. We're just setting options here. No code, nothing technologically challenging, and we're well on our way to building a nice site. Okay, I'm going to skip down here to social media. You're always going to want to put in your social media links, for example, Facebook and Instagram. Just simply copy and paste your social media channels there. And once we save that, you're going to see that this is automatically going to update in the footer, right? You see the Facebook link, you see the Instagram icon automatically in here, automatically linking over to your fan page. And maybe no one wants to actually go ahead and like you or follow you on these channels, but I promise you they want to know that you exist, right? What trustworthy business is not on social media in 2017? The correct answer is there is no trustworthy business that is not on social media. Make sure that you have your social media icons on here. Just a way to build trust, right? Just like these credit card icons build trust, these social media icons will build trust as well. Okay, so we're going to come down here into checkout, right? And we'll actually come back to this. You're going to be able to do very little on the checkout page, and this is done on purpose, right? Shopify controls the entire checkout page. They will allow you to upload your logo here, and we'll come back to that. But it's good that you don't have much control over the checkout page because they're going to control everything in terms of security and SSL and PCIe compliance, and a lot of that probably sounds like foreign language to you, and for good reason, right? You don't need to be concerned with that. Remember, with T-shirt print on demand, you only have one job, and that's to make the sale, right? Shopify covers everything on the technical sense with the website. The T-shirt print on demand partner covers everything after the sale. Your job is to simply make the sale, right? So we'll continue on here. We're going to go to the sections now. We're going to go to the header, okay? And I'm actually going to ask for your guys' help here. I want to get a funny store name, okay? And a lot of people ask me, do you have to have a funny store name? You don't have to, but I like having a funny store name. The reason is I want to be remarkable in any way. I want people to remember me for whatever reason. I don't care what reason it is, right? In 2017, all you need to do is get people's attention. That's all you could ask for when you're doing any type of social media, any type of ads, right? Attention is the name of the game. You need to get people's attention, and anything to kind of make that easier, whether maybe it's a funny store name or a really cool logo or a really cool mascot, whatever, doing that would actually give you the ability to be a little bit more remarkable. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys, post in the question box here, in the comment box, give me some funny store names for this store. And I'm actually going to build a logo in Photoshop on the other screen right now, okay? A little note about that. If you're not a designer, definitely don't pretend to be one, okay? I'm going to build a logo right now. I'm definitely never building my own logo for a live store, okay? This is just a little a test store that I'm doing, obviously, for this webinar. I implore you to get a professional logo done, and that definitely does not mean spending thousands of dollars. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on a logo. I had my startup that I sold a couple of years ago. I sold it to a company that had over $90 million in funding. They still use my logo today. Guess how much I paid for that logo? $45. Right? You don't need to spend thousands of dollars for logos here. So, I'm going to build one in Photoshop, but like I said, get a professional one done. It could cost you somewhere between $40 and $100 on a site like Upwork or 99 Designs or Freelancer.com. And also a bonus tip here. If you do join my T-shirt bootcamp program, I'm going to open up 10 spots for the bootcamp program at the end of this webinar. If you join that program, you get access to my designers as part of the program. They'll also make logos for you in there for much cheaper than you'd find anywhere else. So another nice little benefit of joining the bootcamp. But don't worry, I'll tell you all about the bootcamp as we go on through this training. Okay, so I see some great names here. I see Pugs R Us, Pug Life, Hooked on Pugs, Pugs for Hugs, Pug My Day. Okay, let's put it up to vote. Give me a 1 in the chat box for Pugs R Us. Give me a 2 in the chat box for Pugs for Hugs, and I'll just finish off this logo and just add whatever name you guys in there. Looks like we got 2, 1. Most votes are for 2 Pugs for Hugs. Let's see those votes in there, guys. Again, 1 Pugs R Us, 2 Pugs for Hugs. Looks like Pugs for Hugs is the definitive winner. So we're coming over here in the header section. I'm just finishing this up in Photoshop. I'm saving this logo file. Basically, what would happen is your logo designer would send you a logo file, right? It would be a JPEG file or a .png file. And you'd come over here to the logo setting under header. And we go to logo and we click upload image, okay? What we're literally going to do is just go ahead and upload the logo design, right? And this is going to be, again, what you would receive back from your logo designer, okay? From your logo designer. And I'm just trying to find the file that I literally just saved. This nice little Hugs for Pugs logo. Here it is. Uploading it here, and you're going to see it automatically gets placed into the design. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. You could shrink the image just by making a little bit smaller width number. I change it from 450 to 250. It looks real nice now. It's all kind of aligned and looking pretty. So now we have a logo, right? It has also integrated our color scheme, and just in a couple of minutes. This site has only been existed for a little bit over 10 minutes, right? If you land on this website, and I'll reload it over here, right? We don't have any products on this. We don't even have a banner image, right? But if you land on this website, you already know what's going on, right? You see a color scheme that speaks to you as a pug lover. You see a logo icon that speaks to you as a pug lover. You see a logo name that speaks to you as a pug lover, and you might even find that the Pugs for Hugs name is funny. You might even remember it. Right, you might even recommend it to a friend, right? You might even bring it up in conversation because we're trying to get that funny name to be remarkable, okay? And obviously here, there's been nothing technologically challenging whatsoever, right? We haven't seen any technological challenges to get to this point right here, right? And we're well on our way to a nice store. So let's continue on here, okay? We got the logo over here. Okay, now I'm going to come back over. We'll go to the checkout, and I'll come and actually add that logo to the checkout as well, okay? Now I'll add that logo there, okay? Going through here, we've got a couple more things. We have our home page. You see we have a slideshow section up here. You might not have even noticed this is a slideshow, right? Now we need to go get a big banner image for this slide, right? Or for this slideshow section. So we're going to come over to the slideshow section and customize it here. And you see it says auto rotate slides. You see there's multiple slides here. I'm actually going to delete all but one slide. I just want to have one slide. I want to have one strong banner image. I'm going to turn off auto rotate. And now I'm just going to focus on customizing this one slide. Okay, and for this you need to find a really big image, and unfortunately you're not allowed to just go to Google Images and just take something here. Okay, you're not allowed to do that, but what you definitely can do is go to a free stock image site, for example unsplash.com. Okay, unsplash.com, you see it on your screen right now, literally says right here, free. Do whatever you want with these high resolution photos. Okay, there's also another one, it's called Pexels, PEXELS.com, same idea. Free stock imagery. You can do whatever you want. So you just come over here and you're going to type in your niche. Okay, we'll type in pug. Okay, we see all these images here, right? Again, all of these are free to use. Okay, we're going to come over here, do the same thing. Type in pug. Again, all of these are free to use. In fact, this would be a great one, right? If you could have an image where the subject of the image is looking at the customer, like looking them in the eye, as you see this one is, this would be a great image. And you see over here, CC0, Creative Commons 0 license, free for personal and commercial use, no attribution required. All we need to do, click the free download button, and we're literally going to be able to just go ahead and download this image, right? Right-click and save it. downloading this image onto my hard drive. Okay, again, totally free to use. Unsplash.com, Pexels.com, both great sources. Now we come back to our section over here under the slide, and we're going to click Upload Image. Uploading the file that I had just saved, you're going to see it's going to replace this big section. It's going to fill it in with our new pug image, looking directly at me or at the customer, saying, hey, you like pugs? I'm a pug. Take your credit card out because you're about to buy all the products on this website, right? Obviously, that's the message that we're trying to send here, right? And I'm going to save this over here. And I'm going to come back and reload our site, right? And this site, which is now 14 minutes old, take a look at what we have here, right? Color scheme that resonates with the niche. Logo icon that resonates with the niche. Logo name that resonates with the niche and is remarkable, right? And if that wasn't enough, a massive banner image smacking the customer right in the face saying, hey, you like pugs, you're in the right place, right? This is the power of Shopify, guys. This is the power of Shopify. We're doing all of this. We haven't taken our credit card out yet. We haven't spent $1 on anything. We haven't looked at any code. We haven't hired a developer, right? We're doing all this right here, okay? Up next, featured collection. Okay, this is going to basically say how many products do you want to show on the homepage. Let's say you want to show 15. Well, make it 5 per row, 3 rows. 5 times 3 is 15, and save that out. Moving forward, we have this little section over here, talk about your brand, right? We could add content down over here. We could change the content up this. Write a little story, right? Get people compelled, right? Tell a story about your store or your mission or whatever, right? Talk about how much you love pugs, right? Talk about how much you love dealing with other people that love pugs, et cetera, right? Tell a story here. Build your brand here. Okay, nice little opportunity to do that. Okay, and last thing we need to do is deal with the footer. Okay, there are a couple different sections over here. For example, menu, right? You could select which menu you want to show over here, right? Menu is a section in the back end over here under navigation, so you'll be able to create menus there, and they'll be shown on your footer. You just typically you're going to want to stick with the footer menu. Okay. You have social icons, right? These are going to be built automatically, and you have newsletter sign up. You'll be able to integrate the MailChimp app or whatever email sign up you want, and it will integrate this box for you automatically. Okay, no code needed. Okay, so in fact, that's actually all there is to it in terms of customization. I'm going to go back to Shopify here and show you one more thing. Okay, and that is under domains. Okay, under domains, we have this section where we can either connect an existing domain. Let's say you've already bought it from GoDaddy. You can do that. Or you could buy a new domain directly from Shopify. Okay, it's only going to be $13 a year. It's much easier to just buy it through Shopify. And here's the important thing here. Okay, you do not want a .net. You don't want a .org. You don't want a .info. You don't want a .guru or a .ninja or whatever. You need a .com. Okay, think to yourself, name one trustworthy e-commerce store that is not .com. I don't think you can. I don't think there's one trustworthy e-commerce store that doesn't have a .com. Make sure you get your .com domain. Okay, and our store over here is Pugs for Hugs, right? Let's say Pugs for Hugs is taken, which it probably is. Okay, pugsforhugs.com is probably taken. Okay, so what do you do if it's taken? And it's going to give you these alternatives, right? Don't take any of these alternatives. These alternatives suck. Okay, you need a .com. So what are you going to do? How about Pugs for Hugs store? You add store to the end, or add brand, or add company, or co, or shop. And this one is available. Pugsforhugsstore.com, $13 a year. Buy it right through here. And what it's going to do is automatically replace this really ugly URL with your nice pretty .com domain. Okay? And that's really the magic of it here. You don't need to do anything else. It's just going to automatically go and replace that domain. Definitely do not go live with your store before you have a .com domain. Okay? Don't even think about going live with this .myshopify.com domain. You know what this tells your customers? Hey, I'm so cheap I couldn't even afford a $13 domain. Definitely don't trust your credit card information with my site, right? No one understands what this myshopify.com thing is. It looks weird, right? You don't see a typical store that looks like this. You need a .com domain, okay? There's really no way around that. Make sure that you're getting a .com domain, okay? And with that being said, that's all there is to it in terms of customizing our store. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to reload this again and take a look at what we have, right? Customized homepage. We're going to have up to 15 products on our homepage. We'll have a story about our brand, our newsletter sign up, our social media icons, our trust icons, our footer link, our navigation, our logo, our color scheme, and of course, again, super important, our fully functional shopping cart right here, right? And by the way, this site is only 18 minutes old. I signed up for this, that extended free trial just 18 minutes ago, right? Now we have a fully functional e-commerce site ready to add our first product to, right? And now we're through the platform section of this agenda.